Morning everybody, it's about, 5 to 6 o'clock. There's the man, Colin, the gentleman from Australia. Kind enough to let me join forces with him in his little room so I didn't have to share with strangers in an area where somebody was throwing up sick the night before. So that was much appreciated, thanks Colin.
Most welcome.
And now, we'll definitely be hiking together on the way down the first 4K into the base of Pirongia. And Colin might be a bit quicker than me going up, but if he is, we'll see how we go. I'll find him at the top. And Colin's not really making his plan till you get there, are you, Colin? You get there early enough, you might say stuff, but I'm going down the other side too.
Well, if I get there in 3 or 4 hours, I'm not going to sit around. I'll keep going. But
Yeah,
but then you run into the bubble from yesterday. So
yeah, there's a group of 27 in there yesterday. Although we're not sure that all of those were TA hikers. A lot of them could have been locals that then bugger off as well. So, but anyway, we'll see how we go today. So just under 1,000 metres climbing. About 3.5 times more climbing than we did yesterday. As I said, I'll let you know how I feel when I get to the top, because I was getting worried yesterday. I was shattered when I came in, but everybody's been shattered after doing that section I did yesterday, which is really strange. But anyway, beautiful time of the day to get started. Let's hit this trail. I'll show you what it's like. See ya. Okay everyone, so this is the intersection up to the Karamu. This is a little sign I took a photo of yesterday. So I'm getting back to me. Well, this should be my start point, but this is where I hung a right yesterday. So I've already done this section anyway, just up here for a first K or two. Well, it looks so peaceful at this time of morning. I'll see how I feel when I get to the top of it. Oh, that pisses you off when you drop your hiking pole while you're taking a video. It pisses you off. So this is the local car park. So we're assuming all these cars are the people that booked out the hut last night. And this is a Carni Whaniwa Reserve. So that must be down there where everybody parks, and then we actually go off. There's the walkway just on the left hand side of the bridge there. That's where we're going. Let's do it. So this is just a little walkway in from the road where I showed you. This is pretty good, this walkway. Nothing hard about this, but I'm sure we're going to get to the dock campsite. We'll suss that out and I'll show you, because apparently it's so wet, Doc, we're thinking of closing it, but we're not convinced. And surely from that campsite then we start hitting some steep uphill. But I'll show you as we go. Well, this is a dock campsite just after kilometre 816, and we were told that it was so waterlogged you couldn't really stay here. Man, this is absolutely beautiful. If I knew it was like this, I would have kept on pushing and come here. It'd be, an hour into my walk up Mount Pirongia already. So particularly if you do stay at fodder and you're going to have a shorter day, I'd make sure you push through to this campsite. I don't know if you saw, there's a big fire pit over here. That's probably more for people coming in and lugging in their own firewood. But there's water out of the creek, I think, but there's a toilet and everything in here as well. So, or 2 toilets in there. So this looks pretty comfortable. Wish I had actually come here last night. Anyway, here's what it is. See ya. Content. So it's looking down where we came from. But it is beautiful forest here. Just a typical Kiwi track. Some bits a bit steeper than others. I expect it'll get more consistently steep, but so far it has been a nice walk. We're just having a little breather. Colin is explaining to me, and maybe he'll explain to you guys, why you stop and take your pack off. This is army stuff, this stuff. You going to tell us there, Colin?
takes all the weight off your shoulders and off your joints and all that. And if you sit down, put your feet up and wiggle your toes, it just moves all the blood about. It takes all that pressure off your shoulder. Just, yeah, instead of just lugging along all day and being tired, yeah, you just pull your pack off. You've only got to have it off for a couple of minutes. Move your shoulders about, then you chuck it on, and it's like you've had it off all day.
There we go. I'll see if I feel better when I start again. See ya. So we stopped at about the 2/3 up mark, and yeah, this last bit, she's pretty steep actually. Had two young 20-year-olds, look like they're from Japan. They let them go flying past. We're just trying to keep a steady pace. I see you, hopefully the lookout's not that far. Yeah, it's starting to get up in the tops a bit now, and if I zoom through these trees you can start to see a bit of stuff happening in the background. So we're hoping we're near the top in the lookout. We'll push on. This is kind of like Lord of the Rings goblin forest. Not as good as the stuff you get down in the Tauruas, but still with the sort of bare branches and with the moss and that on the branches. So here's our first nice view. Hopefully when we get to the lookout it's even better. You can see the wind farm here. That's obviously the one I zoomed in on yesterday. And just on the other side of this log, we don't know what that hill is. Beautiful day. So we're not quite there yet. This is another exposed peak. Yeah, I got my balance better now, so here's the zoom in. You can see the viewing platform there. I think there's a hiker on it now. Probably a couple of young Japanese hikers went past us. So they're probably already up there. And there's a better view of the trail. So we're going through the side of that hill to get over there. So we're getting closer. We'll keep going. So we can't complain. Obviously there's a bit of mud and we're struggling to avoid it, but you know, if you look at that flooded river I showed on the video yesterday and the amount of rain we've had, and it all came from down here, that water flowed down to go through that river. It wasn't until we got to the real top here that it's got pretty muddy, but you know, it's not too bad considering what's going on. We're pretty lucky. Man, this view is beautiful. I wonder what it'll be like when we actually get to the proper viewing platform. And how lucky are we with this weather? Once again, you can see some beautiful looking bays and that down here. And as an expat Kiwi who was born in sort of in the North Island of New Zealand, I've looked around North Island pretty good. The one section I haven't looked at, I haven't driven from New Plymouth through to Hamilton down the west coast on that part of New Zealand, which is the bit that I'm looking over now, those nice bays, so I might have to do it. I'll zoom in here, you might be able to see it on the camera, but we can see the hut just down in there, and the viewing platform's just getting that bit closer now, just over here. So according to the sign, half an hour to the viewing platform, and then another half an hour after that to the hut. So we'll see how we go. Yeah. So this is where we've come from, and this is where we're heading now. So yeah, this doesn't seem right, walking along on a boardwalk, but we're not complaining. We're just wondering how long it's going to last.
Oh, sorry.
All right, everybody. So this is the view from the lookout. So that's looking down sort of south over to the west. Pretty magic. I mean, how lucky are we? And we're coming down here, that's looking over toward Hamilton and that. And now we're back to the beginning. So yeah, so this is a helipad right up by the hut. So they keep all the bush well trimmed around this one. So this is a little boardwalk in. You duck off here, and these are the little tent sites. And had I been able to book one of them, I would have come up here a couple of days ago, but they're all booked out. So I don't know, shouldn't be too much further down here to the actual hut. There's another little one down here to another tent site. If the hut gets busy and the tent sites aren't busy, you might find me pitching me tent on one of these tent sites. Another one here. Another 3 or so along here. I thought there was only 7 tent sites. Seems to be more. And here's the shelter in here. That's for the tents. That's where you have your shelter in there. Pretty cosy really. If your hut's booked out and you want to camp, pretty well set up in here. Alright, this just doesn't feel right walking along a nice boardwalk, but finally, there's the water tanks down here for your campers, another tent site. And staff accommodation. Maybe someone will come and check our hut pass. And there we go. Finally made it to the hut. G'day everybody. So that's the climb of Mount Pirongia done. Obviously we're to go down tomorrow. Sometimes going down's harder than going up. But yeah, I'm just in the hut now. And I'll show you around the hut a little bit. But that was 937 kilometre climb. And it was surprising because people said we'll find today easier than yesterday, and yesterday was 280 metre climb, and they were right. I'm definitely tired getting in there. The first 2/3 of the way up, that was just cruisy, like hardly even noticed it and got the elevation. But that last third, that was pretty hard. That was quite steep and clambering up and quite big steps and stuff like that. So struggled on that a little bit, and a fair bit of mud in the top third of it as well compared to the bottom third, but still. My benchmark is always Ratia, nothing at all like Ratia. And we had heaps of rain the couple of days before coming up here. So yeah, absolutely brilliant walk coming up here. But I'll flick the camera around and I'll show you around the hut. So I've just come in the main entry door here, and especially if people are coming in wet. So there's this sort of area here where you can just hang up put all your dirty boots and stuff in here and hang up all your clothes and stuff like that. Beautiful little hut ho. Just a bit of a, I don't know what we call that. Just a carving by somebody with some information here. There's a handful of ladies here, so most of the ladies have gone in this bunk room, which is actually a bigger one, that sleeps the most. And yeah, myself and Colin, and there's another gentleman there that Colin knows. I'm sure I'll get to know him later tonight. But yeah, we've all managed to get bottom bunks. I've jumped in on this bottom bunk down here. And I always remember talking to Alaskan Mike when I was going down 90 Mile Beach and just talking about hygiene and stuff of hut mattresses. And he said you get these disposable or flushable wipes. So that was really nice. So pretty much I could get that sort of hut mattress and give it a bit of a wipe down before I actually threw all my gear on. It just makes me feel a little bit better. But yeah. Beautiful, cosy looking hut. There's no heating or anything in it. So you have to put on some warm clothes later tonight. But yeah, pretty cool views out the windows here. That'll be sunrise tomorrow morning over there. I can see a bit of a walkway going up over there. I don't know if that's something we clamber over tomorrow. You can see it going up the hill there. I have to have a look, try and work out what that is. And in terms of the water and everything, like there's heaps of tables here for our cooking. Heaps of interesting chunks of information here. This is something I'll have a bit of a look at a bit later on, but a sort of 3D view of Pirongia. Might be able to work out what that little walkway is on that little ridge out there. And then heaps of bench space for prepping up meals and stuff. And the best part is you turn on the valve and water comes out. So they do say to treat the water here. Oh, there you go again, boil water before use or give it a treatment. But other than that, just perfect. Everybody else is just outside in the sun at the moment on this little outside deck area, so I'll probably chill outside with them. And I already showed you the campsites and that on the way in. So overall, absolutely beautiful day hiking, beautiful kiwi bush, had a climb, got some views, perfect weather. Doesn't get any better than this. So I'm going to go and enjoy resting throughout the afternoon. We got here about 12:30 and left bang on 6 o'clock this morning, Colin and I, and we had a few extra k's to walk compared to everybody else because we did the road walk into the start of this track. Most of the other people that were at the accommodation where we were, they actually got a ride in with the Trail Angel and skipped 4 kilometres. Anyway, I'll check in a bit later on, and if I need to, otherwise I'll speak to you again tomorrow. 1 bar of reception with Spark up here is all you get, but I'll try and make the video tonight. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Bye.